Nation. We represent. All in.
We're just little old Clemson.
LSU fan came stuck his finger in my booty.
Roll Black, what? Fuck you.
Roll Tide. Roll, baby.
Oh, bitch.
Are you that stupid?
Yes, I am.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it really is a shit show.
Yeah.
It's a shit show. My name is Rob Sanders. I'm joined by two professional broadcasters tonight. These gentlemen get paid to do this, by the way. Congratulations to them on that. One of them is actually in the fucking hospital, and he's still trying to bring you a wonderful show this evening. He is, of course, Jonathan, who is normally he's the party bottom there, but now he's on top. Jonathan, greetings in the hospital. Oh, he turned off his camera there, and I think his nurse came in.
She did.
She did. I didn't see that. So Jonathan's up there. I don't know if she can hear us or not. I hope not.
I think she can.
Oh, hello,
I think
nurse.
He just turned off his mic. I don't think he muted the show.
Please be nice to the gnome. Anyway,
Y'all should definitely tip the show tonight. I mean, your man has a colostomy bag hanging behind his head. He's hooked to an IV. He's on meds.
wait, does he really have a colostomy bag hanging behind him? I
No.
saw something there. I was like,
There is an IV bag hanging behind him.
so the guy's hooked up to an IV.
Those are the lengths that Jonathan Lormond has gone to tonight to bring you guys a show. He is reporting or broadcasting live from room 232 at Riverside Hospital in Bayou Parish, Louisiana. Those are all fake. None of that is real. But he is in the hospital.
Audrey says, fuck the Nobe. That's so bad. Someone over there says he's getting a sponge bath. Of course he is.
Why not? Take advantage of those situations.
The person that's giving him a sponge bath is some former Louisiana Monroe football player that's 6'8" and weighs like 360 pounds, and they're giving Jonathan his sponge bath. Good luck with that, sir.
I just hope that now that he is a professional broadcaster, that he has taken notes from another professional person who has come under fire recently for having some indiscretions or some allegations of indiscretions with masseuses and things of that nature. Jonathan, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, don't tell anybody you want more oil. Butthole. Don't do that. That's so bad. Well,
It's so
I
good.
thought what we would talk about tonight. Yeah, I thought what we would talk about tonight is we've got the NFL released their schedule. And I thought that we could go over some of the big games from the schedule there. I haven't really even looked, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can pull up. I saw a couple of them, but it's like there are some interesting games that let's just look at week 1. Cowboys and Buccaneers. I hope they both lose, but we'll see how that works out. That's like your opening game of the season. Dak Prescott going on the road to Yucca Bay and playing Tom Brady, who is a known cheater, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an interesting matchup, the first game of the season. Would you agree there, David?
I would. Only in the fact that I get to watch, hopefully, the Cowboys be embarrassed on live TV, because that always makes my Sunday.
That always is a good thing. So the other games that week, the Eagles will play the Falcons.
Toilet bowl.
Shithole teams. Some of the other games, Dolphins and Patriots.
I like that matchup.
Here's the week 1. I thought Jonathan was joking about this earlier. The Packers go on the road in a showcase game to play the Saints. 4:25 kickoff that day. So it's like the premier game that day in the 4:25 spot is Packers and Saints. That's going to be, if Aaron Rodgers plays, it'll be a good game. If not, the Saints will win by, I don't know, man. I don't know how Jameis Winston's going to do. I'm trying to figure out the Saints.
No one does.
Because they're kind of in salary cap hell right now.
Well, they built themselves out of that.
They're still, that's not, they can go out and make a signing though. You know?
No big signings, but they retained the players they wanted to retain. Some big time casualties. I thought Thomas Morstead, the longtime punter, they let him go. Janoris Jenkins is gone. He's now with the Tennessee Titans. Trey Hendrickson, the guy who recorded the most sacks for the team, he's gone. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Andre wants to join us. Do you want to come in like on the phone, Andre? What do you want to do? Let me know over there in the chat. But yeah, as we're still waiting on the Gnome, I wonder if yeah, he popped on for a second. I was looking at some of the schedule stuff, but I don't know how the Aints are going to do this year. I have no clue.
What's surprising to me is that even with Drew Brees retiring, so in the last 4 seasons, the Saints have won more games than any other team. That's a certifiable fact. Even with Drew Brees retiring, they have 5 primetime games this season. I was surprised by that.
That's kind of cool. Kaepernick is available, sir, according to Coach Edwin there.
We don't need him.
What do you mean you don't need him?
We don't need him. Look, so there's this big hullabaloo. Yeah, I said that. About Tim Tebow signing with the Jaguars. Oh, Tim Tebow got a shot, and Colin Kaepernick did not get a shot. Let's be clear.
I have my own. Go ahead.
No one would sign either of these guys as a quarterback, and no one did. Tim Tebow signed as a tight end, and he's probably not even going to make the final roster.
Right. Well, that was kind of my thing too, is like the whole thing with, and first of all, let's just make sure we put something else out there first, okay? The only people that want Tim Tebow to make the Jacksonville Jaguars are fucking housewives who want to fuck him, and that's as real as I can be here. I want to fuck Tim Tebow, and that's just the way that it is. And by the way, he sucks dick. Let's just put that out there. If the guy doesn't suck dick, I would be stunned, okay? The guy's out there like licking penis, but all these soccer moms, oh my God, I love Tim Tebow. It's them and the people that are Bible beaters. What I mean by that is that if you go to church and everything, I'm not mocking you. I'm talking about the people that are like, you know, Jesus is Lord, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to judge you. And I have to put on this vibe that I'm this perfect Christian, even though I'm probably sucking dick in a closet. That's the people that want Tim Tebow to do well. Okay. Tim Tebow is 33 years old. He's a failure as a baseball player. That's just as real as we can get. He was a failure in the NFL as a quarterback. That's as real as we can get. And now he's getting another opportunity to be a tight end, which if he would have listened and not been such an arrogant fuck, which is what he was, if he would have been an H-back coming out of college, he would have had a great career in the NFL. He really would have, because he was that kind of a player. But no, Jesus tells me I have to be a quarterback. Well, that didn't really work out well for you, sir. So now you're going to try to be a tight end at 33 with a rookie quarterback and a rookie coach. This guy is dumber than dirt, and he's not going to make the roster. I'd be stunned if he made the roster. And if he does, he's not going to make a difference. He's not going to make a difference. Now, for the people that are running their mouths about Colin Kaepernick, why isn't Colin Kaepernick signed? Those are people that are they are race baiters. They just think that the black man is down, and that's just the way that it is. Colin Kaepernick, if he could play and actually be the Colin Kaepernick that shredded my Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship game the year he took the team to the Super Bowl, where he was accountable for like 500 plus yards. If he were that kind of player still, he would be on an NFL roster.
Yes.
What he is that he went from whatever it was that he weighed to dropping 30 pounds and, losing all of that muscle that he could be able to explode through the pocket and make people miss and do things like that. And it affected the way he could throw the ball. He had, I think, one of his final games, he was, and this is not a joke, he played in one of his final games for the 49ers, he was 5 for 10 for
33 yards
and
33 yards and
33
4
yards and 4 picks. Okay? He is not a good quarterback. He's not. All right?
Not
Let's
anymore.
stop with all the bullshit about, oh, well, he's held down and Tim Tebow needs to make the team because Jesus loves him. Jesus loves everybody, not just fucking Tim Tebow. I mean, I hate to break that to you. And I'm tired of and you know what? Tim Tebow is a liar. Let's put that out there too. He puts out this whole thing of he is a false individual, man. With some of the shit that he's done, it's ridiculous. And I don't care if you don't like me for that. The only people who don't like me about that are the housewives that want to fuck him behind their husband's back. And that's as real as we can get on that. So stop with the nonsense of Tim Tebow's great. He played for the Columbia Fireflies, which is our minor league team here, right? He comes out of the dugout and women were oohing and awing like he was a stripper. Seriously. All right. With their kids sitting there. All right. This is how they're acting. So fuck both those guys. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. Sorry. Andre, if you want to call us, 803-470-2905. Neither one of them are worth a shit and don't deserve to be in the NFL, period.
I can't say I'm surprised by Meyer trying to bring Tim Tebow in, but I mean, how many routes has this guy run? Can he run a route? Can he block somebody?
He had to drop. I mean, he said it himself. He had to drop 30 pounds to get into baseball shape. He just retired from baseball in February. So, he's got to gain all that weight back. Okay. Good luck with that, sir. Good luck with that.
Coming out of college, if he would have decided then to play tight end, since he wasn't getting traction really as a quarterback, he could have probably pulled it off then. But now I think it's a day late and a dollar short.
Well, and to show you how stupid he is, he's going to a franchise that's a shithole. I mean, Jaguars are a shithole. And I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a good quarterback, but they're a shit franchise. You want to go try to resurrect your career there? It just shows how stupid this guy is. He's dumb.
He might win 4 games this year.
Yeah, winning 4 games. Awesome.
What did the Bengals finish last season?
Did they win 6 games?
Was it that many?
7? I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't really follow them, but yeah, I get frustrated when people, especially the Kaepernick thing. Jesus Christ. Just stop it. Mess. They're in the Gnome. What's up, Gnome? Did you get your evening rectal check or what?
Hello.
We hear you.
We hear you.
It was me, my speakers. The nurse saw you two, and she said if I'm going to do a show with y'all, I should wear a mask.
Fuck off. We were hoping your nurse was hot. I was gonna try to like talk some smoothness to her.
She's pretty decent, but I decided to give her a little bit of respect and not, make her get on YouTube.
I was just gonna get Dave to show her his wiener off, and maybe she would.
I was going to helicopter it, dude.
We might have picked up a new fan.
She's going to join the group tomorrow.
Anyway, welcome into the show there, Gnome. First of all, you look like shit.
Thanks.
What the hell's going on with you? I seen a picture of you that someone sent me that had to be fake. You look like I called you Freddy Krueger skin before, but Freddy Krueger skin looks a little bit better than yours right now.
It's more like Deadpool when he's not wearing the costume.
Oh, okay. Let's go out to the phone. Welcome into the show. Good evening. What's up, Andre?
Hello.
Andre, what's up?
Drake.
What's happening?
Hey, that doesn't
No,
the gnome
you
look
look
like
like
shit?
absolute horse shit.
It's the lighting. Blame it on the hospital.
Lighting, no. Lighting can't fix that shit.
I didn't look like this at Lafayette General.
What?
I did not look like this at Lafayette General.
You said you're at Lord's?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
you look like
room.
I wanted to. I kind of wanted to throw my my input in the whole Tim Tebow thing, you know.
Hold on
remember,
just a second.
but-
Hold on, Andre. Edwin with the great comment.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville should offer him a tryout at tight end so all the race baiters will shut the fuck up. We have smart people that watch this show. That is absolutely outstanding. Hey, we'll give him a tryout at tight end. How's that? I mean, we can't give him a tryout at quarterback because we have the number 1 pick and pick the fucking quarterback. We'll give him a tryout at tight end though. You want to play
Actual
tight
quarterback.
end? Want to come play tight end? Let's try that.
Oh, we're talking about Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Tebow's going to try out for tight end.
Right, but get like let's have a tryout at tight end for
Between the two of them. I like it. I love it.
Let's see who can do it. Who's got the satchel to be there? That's Edwin's a very smart guy. Way to go, Edwin. Anyway, Andre,
I think he might be pretty damn good at it. Now, I was thinking about this. If y'all remember when he left Denver, there was a lot of rumors in the NFL like this guy really can't play quarterback, you know? And of course, he went to what did he go? He beat Pittsburgh, and everybody's all of a sudden, oh, he can play quarterback. I agree with David. Had he even at that point, had he went out there and tried to play tight end, I think he would have succeeded. He athletically could freaking do it. And you know what? I think Kaepernick could do it too. Kaepernick's an excellent athlete. In Harbaugh's system, it fit him. You know, the problem is it's the same problem you have for like quarterbacks like Robert Griffin and other quarterbacks. If you expect the franchise to build an entire system around you, it's not going to work. It's the NFL. It's not college. You know, they draft players to play. They're not going to sit there and say, this is what you're good at, so we're going to build it around you.
Let's make sure that people understand this too. He signed a 1-year contract, but that doesn't mean that he's made the team. So let's make sure that he's going to get to go and do some reps and everything else. But in reality, this doesn't mean that Tebow's made the team.
Right. Right now, he's a part of the 90-man roster. He hasn't made the 53-man roster.
Exactly. Now, all the soccer moms that want to deep throat him, they're all like, oh, my God, I hope he gets there. You're part of the problem. You are dumb fuck fans that don't understand football, and you shouldn't watch. That's as real as we can possibly get. The obsession with this guy, who obviously sucks penis by all the housewives around the country, amazes me. It's insane to me. Insane.
No,
But anyway.
I will say at the time at Florida, before Lawrence and before Burrow and all that stuff, I would have told you that Tim Tebow is the greatest college football player I've ever seen.
Yep.
But
he's
it
definitely
just didn't translate.
But you just said the best college quarterback.
Exactly. I know exactly what I said.
What did it not translate into?
It didn't translate. He didn't have the skill set to play quarterback on the professional level. He didn't have the release.
Right.
But having said that, he was a gamer.
He is still one of the greatest, if not greatest, college quarterback of all time.
But even at Denver, he was a gamer. And on sheer willpower alone, he won games. He got a playoff win on sheer will. Not necessarily.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
What's that?
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Oh, I know. But Trent Dilfer had the number 1 defense in the NFL that year.
And the Broncos had a pretty good defense that year also.
And Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Fuckstick says they should get Al McCarron. I have no clue who Al McCarron is. Thanks for contributing to this show, Fuckstick.
What an idiot.
Fuckstick doesn't even know the name of the Alabama quarterback.
Look, I'm just reading right here. It says Al McCarron there. Al McCarron, Andre. It says Al McCarron. That's who they should get is Al
I'm
McCarron.
pretty sure he's talking about AJ McCarron.
No, he's not.
He
He's
just
talking
can't
about Al
spell
McCarron. He can't
Alabama.
be talking about AJ McCarron.
His
He's
twin
gotta
brother
be-
Al.
Yeah.
The lesser known of the two quarterbacks. The twin brother
You
Al
know
McCarron.
what he's gonna tell us? He's gonna be like, "Man, fuck y'all! I didn't know I had to have pass a spelling bee with you motherfuckers."
Yeah.
I honestly, when I looked at it, I did not know who the fuck he was talking about. It just says "Get Al McCarron." I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Good thing we have Coach here.
Yeah. Anyway.
But
what
no,
else you got for the show, Andre?
Here's what Tebow should have done. You look at oh my god, holy shit. Coming out with the Saints. I just swear to God, I just blanked.
What?
Was God, come on, guys! I just freaking totally blanked. Our backup quarterback with New Orleans. Oh my God, I can't believe this crap. Help me out, guys.
Is it Jameis Winston you're talking about? What are you talking about?
Brooks?
No. Oh my God, just straight blank.
Are we talking
A
about
quarterback for the Saints?
Danny Werfel?
No, the freaking God, come on, y'all.
Oh,
Our
Taysom Hill.
quarterback now. God,
Come
from
on.
BYU, damn it.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom.
Taysom Hill, yeah, I just totally blanked. Yeah, see, that's what Tebow should have done because athletically, he could have been what Taysom Hill is.
Yes.
He could run the ball. He was big enough to run people over, for God's sakes. But the thing was, when I read, well, he didn't want to be a tight end. This was going around right in Houston in the NFL. He didn't want to be a tight end because he wanted to get his message out there. The thing is, you're in the NFL. If you're good enough, you're going to get your message out there no matter what. I mean, Taysom Hill, he's a really religious guy too. Now, look, that's another thing. I have no problem being religious whatsoever. What I got a problem is making it the religious aspect all about you and bring attention to yourself. Just the way you live your life should put that message out there. You shouldn't have to go out there and speak it, you know?
Well, here's the
I got a
interesting
big
thing
problem.
about what you're saying, Andre.
With the message.
Here's the interesting thing about what
What?
you're saying, Andre. The Saints had a tight end named Benjamin Watson,
Mm-hmm.
who was a Christian.
No, I'm not talking
There were
about
multiple
Saints. I'm talking about
stories
Tebow.
about him. A tight end.
Now, Andre, do you think, Andre, that Urban Meyer doesn't see what's happening in New Orleans and know, I got a guy that could probably do that, and he's an old buddy of mine. I can call him into Jacksonville to help me.
Sure, but think about this. Tebow's older than Taysom.
Oh yeah.
He
What's
is.
Taysom, like 29?
Well, here's the other thing.
And I just think Urban's doing it as like a favor.
But here's the other thing. So
You know,
Taysom
the thing
Hill,
is,
but Taysom Hill has Sean Payton, who's one of the greatest innovators of offense of the last 15 years. Urban Meyer is a defensive coach.
Well, no,
Who's gonna-
I mean, no. Urban Meyer is known for his offense. I mean, he's developed quarterbacks. I'm not trying to pop you in the face here with this, but I mean, he's developed quarterbacks. I mean, look at the guys that he's had. You mentioned Tebow. You could talk about Alex Smith. I mean, his offense at Utah was outstanding. The thing that
But
gets
did
me though,
he develop Alex Smith?
he's credited with it. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't at practice, but here's my thing though. Hill also played on a team where when they could, they had a Hall of Fame quarterback. So they didn't really absolutely unequivocally need him to come in there and fucking, be this quarterback type guy because you got fucking Drew Brees. And they were smart enough to know that he wasn't a quarterback. So they ended up getting the crab thief back there too. So there's that. When with Tebow, he's just not a good quarterback. So
hopefully Taysom Hill
was willing to do something else too.
Well, that's a big part of it because someone actually went to him and said, "Look, you're a hell of an athlete." That was probably the conversation that was had. You, sir, are a hell of an athlete. We have a place for you on this with this franchise, but it's not going to be taking snaps. It's not. That's not what you may do that in some sets, but in reality, we want you to do other things. And he had to sit there and find it within himself to say, you know what, I'm a guy that wants to play football, and he obviously wanted to be a team guy, and that's absolutely truthful. So
I think Tebow was given that option as well, and he said he didn't want to play tight end back when he was in the NFL.
But they were giving him the option for a traditional tight end, not what Taysom Hill brings.
They wanted to be him to be an H-back. But one of the other things, too, there's another meme that's running around out there on Facebook where Tebow's kneeling after scoring a touchdown, and Kaepernick is kneeling on the sidelines. And the vibe is, what's the difference? Here's the difference, stupid. The difference is why they're kneeling. To say that just pisses on what Kaepernick is doing. When you say, what's the big difference in what he's doing and what Tebow's doing? Tim Tebow is doing that because he's kneeling and praising God, whereas Kaepernick is trying to draw your attention to what he says are inadequacies as far as the way that black people are treated. So it's completely different. People putting out shit like that, and then, those things get thousands and thousands of likes, and it's like, it just makes us dumber as a country because it seems like that's how people are educating themselves now, is the stuff on stuff they see on Facebook and everything else. It's completely different. It's a completely different thing, and it's just frustrating. I mean, it really, really is. So when you see stuff like that, so you know what? I can talk with you guys about this too, and we don't normally talk about this, but you guys have seen where people are hoarding gas. Is this happening in Louisiana?
Yeah.
No.
It's not really as bad. No.
Well, here in
South
Carolina,
hold on. I got some insight on something tonight, though.
Sure.
We got a guy that comes fuel our trucks at night.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's two different pipelines that run through Louisiana. You got the Colonial, which runs through Opelousas and stuff, and then you got another one. So, for example, like around Lake Charles, they got some refineries in Westlake. They say a lot of the gas in South Louisiana has gotten off of that pipeline there. And this is coming from a guy that's got to go refuel the fuel truck to come fill our trucks up. So I'm not sure if that's got something to do with it, but no, it's really not that bad at all, to be honest. I don't see long lines. I don't see places that don't have gas. I don't know about y'all fellas. Do y'all?
No.
It's different there, but
Andre, if I could correct you there. When you say two pipelines running in Louisiana, you mean two gasoline pipelines? Because there's probably about 1,000 pipelines in Louisiana.
He said there's another one, for example, the refinery down there in Abbeville, he said, too.
Mm-hmm.
He said the refinery in Opelousas is not operational. That's where he gets his fuel from, but the one in Abbeville and the one in Baton Rouge is operational.
Yeah, right. There's plenty of pipelines.
To be honest.
Colonial went down for a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's a couple things on that. First of all, with it was hacked by Russian people, is what we were told, right?
Right.
And, they released the actual stuff on it. Well, you know what that means? That the pipeline company paid them. That's not something you've seen that's out there. They paid the ransom or whatever to get their pipeline back. So follow along with that, which means that if all of that happened, then in theory it could happen again. But here's the other thing. Dummies, and this is stuff that I've physically seen with my own two eyes. There are gas stations around, where I live here, that the lines were long and everything else. But up near my job, I seen where one guy had, it looked like a farm tank that he was filling up. And I mean, I've physically seen it. He's out there filling it full of stuff. And then I seen one guy with like 8 gas canisters that he was just filling them all up. Now, if you're doing that, you are as dumb as the Tim Tebow humpers. You're just fucking stupid. That makes absolutely no sense.
I could only buy 1 pack of toilet paper last year, but they're going to let you get all this damn gas?
Dude, the guy driving the fucking tanker down the road on a trailer, that's a damn, somebody hits that shit, it's just a bomb. We agree on that?
It was the same thing if you hit a damn truck, like with a tanker.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's just, I've seen this with my own eyes, and I've seen people hoarding gas, and it's just stupid. It's just
Now, let me ask you a
stupid.
question. Maybe he runs a farm and he needs it for his farm equipment. You know?
Okay, well, I'll buy that, but
I
the
doubt
guy
it.
with gas cans, the guy with 8 gas cans, putting them in the
Yeah.
back of a Civic.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
In the back of a Civic.
But the back of a Civic, I drive a Honda Civic, but the back of a Honda Civic
I know,
with 8
but
gas
dude.
cans, you know, that's not like, hey, I'm getting stuff for my landscaping business. It's no, you're being a cunt. That's what you're,
Yeah.
that's what you are. You're being a cunt.
You're being a cunt.
I hope one of those gas cans falls on you while you're smoking.
Like,
That's
just
why-
fill up your vehicle, chill the fuck out for a few days. In 3 to 4 days, the gas is all going to be back. We'll move on with our lives.
I filled up my car on Sunday, and
It's a fucking Civic.
it's a fucking Civic, so I won't have to fill it up again until probably, I don't
2
know,
weeks,
next
3 weeks.
Not, but well, I mean, I have to drive a good bit to my job. But the point is that I wasn't like all these other dum dums that were like, "Hey, I must go to the gas station. I have to make sure that I have plenty of gas." Really, that's what makes gas prices start and go up, man. God damn, people are dumb. I mean, just dumb.
Farm diesel is a different grade.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there's been no problems with diesel.
so you guys aren't having any problems down there, people. I guess just my state's the one that's acting stupid.
So,
South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida.
Atlanta's worse, and I heard Atlanta's worse too.
Yeah. They
in St. Bernard
mentioned
Parish, we have 3 refineries.
we have refineries all over the damn place.
Right, but
and
in
we
St.
have-
Bernard Parish specifically, have Murphy, Exxon, and Chevron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like I think that this, it's just the thing that bothers me is when I see stuff like that and people just you know, it's like I think we all I think as a society we need to look out for each other a little bit more. I'm not like I'm being a tree hugging type person, but you know, and it's back to the toilet paper thing from last year. Do you really need fucking 50 fucking rolls of toilet paper?
If everybody's buying the shit out of it, yeah, I do.
I don't get all that, man. It just bugs the shit out of me. It doesn't make any sense, but there's that. By the way, here in South Carolina, everybody's upset because the president of the University of South Carolina, you guys heard about this, right?
University of California.
Yeah, he called the University of California. And then it gets better. He sounded like he was drunk up there during the commencement speech. He offered to resign because someone checked his speech and he had stolen parts of his speech. He just plagiarized the speech from somebody else and put it in there. So, but here's the shitty part about that. He was appointed by Governor McMaster and, you know, he was put in there and there was a lot of talk about a lot of people that are of far right wing stuff were really behind him. So you had a lot of the people that were from the left that were like, fuck him, we don't like him. And the people from the right were like, blah, blah, blah. And they're all battling each other. And I'm like, you realize he resigned on his own. The board said, we don't want your resignation. And he resigned twice. So let's just make sure we understand something here. You people that are all upset that really liked him because basically the far right folks, you know, he should be in there and he's blah, blah, blah. He quit on you. So why are you so mad? Just fucking read, for God's sakes. He point blank said, I don't want to do this. So stop thinking that someone like pushed him out of there because that's not what happened. Oh my God. It's like I read things and I'm like, I wish people would just take the time to just read and make an educated decision without thinking about how they lean politically on things. Life would be so much better. It just really would. Instead of thinking this person did this and they vote this way, so I have to feel this way. That's just like, just read. My God. I don't even know why I'm talking about all this stuff tonight, but I think it's because here in South Carolina, people are literally foaming at the mouth about this. They are so mad that this guy's gone. And I'm like, he quit.
Well, I mean,
He
I probably
mad
won't
and
drive.
he fucking quit, you know?
I probably won't drive my car for 5 days, so I'm not worried about gas.
That's a good thing.
Well, I got something to ask you, Rob. You brought this up on with Carolina Jackpot, and it's something interesting. You had said that there were some people saying that TJ Finley could transfer to South Carolina.
Right.
Where would he fit in the quarterback room in South Carolina?
He would start from the get-go because nobody on that roster is worth a shit. Luke Doty can't throw the ball down the field. You know, that's the guy that's the starter right now. If I'm just going to be completely blunt with you. If you're playing South Carolina right now, and I don't have the coaching experience that Edwin has over here. He's coached folks all over the place, but I put 8 and 9 guys in the box and knowing that they're going to give the ball to Kevin Harris and Marshawn Lloyd and whoever their third string back in, who had a really good spring game. But last season, the Doty had 2 passes that he threw that were over 11 yards or more. Okay, that went over 11 yards in 3 games. So wrap your head around that for a second. He can't move the ball down the field with his arm. He's absolutely lightning with his feet and can make plays with his feet and everything else. But the reality is, if I put 8 guys in the box, none of that matters.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, but Finley would start for South Carolina. There's another guy behind him, behind Doty, called Jason Brown, who's a big kid, 6'4", 245, from St. Francis, which is like a Division II school, but he's a St. Francis quarterback. That's pretty much should be all I have to tell you. It's not an SEC quarterback. So
St. Francis
Finley would start game 1. I mean, he has, he's a big kid, has talent, big arm and all that. I don't know if he makes the best decisions, but he can throw the ball down the field.
Well, I mean, if he chooses to go to South Carolina, that's not a great decision right there.
Yeah. But no, I mean, yeah, Finley would be, if Shane Beamer would be able to get him, that would be like earth shattering. Seriously, because he would be, he was only a freshman last year, right? Help me out with that.
Right.
He'd have at least 2 more years to play at South Carolina.
Andre and David, who was the LSU quarterback from probably 4 years ago? Ended up transferring to. Oh no, he was a 5th-year senior. And he went play at UL his 5th year, and everybody thought this is going to be great.
Was it Jefferson?
Well, it was Jefferson, huh? And it didn't pan out. I mean, he started all the games for the Cajuns, but it just never panned out.
Yeah, but he's a different quarterback, though. Jefferson, to me, was never just a good quarterback in general. He made terrible decisions and left.
Oh, yeah, he's not Finley. He's not Finley for sure.
He's got a rocket arm, dude. He's got a huge arm.
Well, but South
if they get some
Carolina
people to run downfield, man, all you got to do is say, go long.
Well, South Carolina doesn't have any threats at wide receiver. I mean, we could probably start for them. I mean, they don't have anybody at wide receiver, but but as far as, he'd be the best quarterback on the roster. He really would. I was thinking about this the other day. I think in college football right now, if you don't have like at least a B to B plus passer or better, you're not going to win the championship. I mean, you look at all the championship teams from the past here. I mean, you had guys that were really good. And, I think back to LSU for a while where LSU had they had years where they had great defense, but maybe some questions at quarterback.
Are you, I mean, what are we talking about? Are you talking about back in the Matt Mock and Matt Flynn days? Because
I'm saying when LSU won the national title, they did it because it wasn't really their defense that won. It's the fact that they had an absolutely dynamic offense with a dynamic quarterback I think that's where we're going in college football now, where you have to have that. And if
So-
you don't, you're
But Mark and Flynn were not dynamic quarterbacks. They were just some AJ McCarrons that controlled the ball.
No,
Yeah, I'm just
Make
saying
good
that
decisions.
they were better than AJ with
This other guy this year, whatever his name is.
with Malk and Flynn. You had guys that were pro style quarterbacks that could drop back, read a defense, and get to their second and third options.
And some of the best receivers in the country.
Sure.
right.
Right.
I just think that, but I think that as football right now, I think the way it is now is that you have to have a great quarterback now if you want to get into the promised land. I don't think we're going to have like a C+ or a B- quarterback leading his team to the championship anymore. I think those days are gone. Would you guys agree or not?
It depends on the level of talent that you're surrounding them with, because Alabama won a bunch of championships with guys that were never going to cut it in the NFL.
I know, but look at what Nick Saban had to reinvent himself, and he had to finally start getting great quarterbacks, and that's when they've made.
Don't call them great, please. Please don't call them great.
They were great on the college level.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, think about this. LSU has always had good athletes, always. And back when defense won championships, LSU and Alabama were always up there. But that's the difference between Alabama and LSU. Nick Saban saw how things were changing, and he changed. What did Les Miles do? The same old crap. That's why Alabama took a huge step forward, and then LSU was either stuck in the mud or took a step back because they had a coach that was willing to change with the times.
I'm tired of seeing great athletes when what I want to see is a great quarterback.
I think LSU's
LSU won games because of great athletes, not because of Les Miles. Let's be honest.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you talking about now as far as great? Yeah, I mean, there's some great. Well, I mean, it depends on what you call quarterbacks now. I mean, the idea of a.
I want you to be a quarterback first, an athlete second, not an athlete first, quarterback second.
Right.
So
that
like,
was the experiments that
like Lawrence
LSU was running that wasn't working.
What?
That's the experiments that LSU was running that wasn't working. Instead of going with what was working, Matt Mock, Matt Flynn, they got to these dual threat quarterbacks that couldn't drop back and read a defense, and we couldn't.
They want to run. Like I think Burrow. What you saying with Lawrence? I think Burrow was he's quarterback first, athlete second.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
But that's why Alabama took a step forward.
Well, but Alabama.
I agree with that too.
But Alabama, they're consistently good on. You can look at all the Alabama teams, even the teams that didn't win titles. They were consistently good on both sides of the line, but they made that transition to, hey, we're going to have some of these great quarterbacks to put us over the top. So, and I think that's kind of where.
Plus, Saban went out and got himself legit coordinators. He had Kiffin, he had Sarkisian, he had guys that could run an offense.
I think that's.
They just can't get along with him.
Well, who the hell? Nobody gets along with Nick Saban.
It's true.
That's real,
What about some of those professional players?
Yeah, they don't want to fucking choke him. So, but you know what? You don't have to like me to do your job.
That's right.
To fucking do your job, and then we're gonna win. That's just the way that it is. That's kind of like, and you can vouch for that being in the military there, David. You don't have to like me. We have a mission. You're gonna fucking do what we're supposed to do in our mission, and that's all that matters.
We're not gonna die.
Yeah.
You don't have to like me, but you got to trust me.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Do my best to look out for you, but we don't have to have Sunday dinner and take warm showers together.
Yeah, I have to fuck your sister.
Wait, what? What about my sister?
Nobody wants to fuck your sister. Don't worry.
Your sister, Gnome. Jesus Christ. Your sister probably looks like you with boobs. I don't want anything to do with that.
All right. Well, with
Hit
that,
us in
I'm
the
gonna
face
get off
for
the
that.
phone, fellas. Y'all have a good one. Roll Tide off a cliff.
Later, Andre.
Bye,
Catch
Andre.
you later.
Gnome's gonna hit me in the face for saying his sister's just him with boobs. I was like,
My brothers-in-law like them.
of course they do. What are you doing? Are you making meth up there? What are you doing? What is that? Oh, Butterfingers.
Oh,
God damn.
you got the good stuff.
When you can't drink a beer, snacks come in handy.
Ooh, that reminds me. Let me go see if I have beer.
So you obviously you're not smoking.
No.
This show's been great for you because like when we started doing this show, you're sitting at your house and you're like you're smoking like a chimney and you're drinking fucking half a case of beer doing this show, lighting one cigarette off another. Now look at you. You've stopped with all that poison, and now you're in the hospital. So maybe the show's bad for you.
That's my new thing.
That's just fluids, dude. What is that? Is that
That's-
medicine or fluids? What the hell is
One
that?
of them's one's fluids, one's antibiotics.
So you have gnome aids on your shoulder over there, right?
This is what gnome age looks like.
Gnome aids. You know what?
Sarcoma.
You loved a gnome lady that wasn't clean.
and I rubbed it in the wrong spots.
I told you to rub it on the curtains, not your arm, dummy.
I couldn't remember what you said, and I wasn't going to call you.
If you call me up, where am I rubbing my dick? On the curtains, you dumb fuck, not on your arm.
Oops, too late.
Too late. I made cum cookies on my arm. Now it's fucking disease.
It was Rob's fault.
It's not something he could FaceTime you about, Rob.
Yeah.
12:30 at night, 1:30 Eastern.
Yeah, I don't need all
But
that.
Rob is such a good friend, he would have answered that call.
I would have answered the call and I would have mocked you seriously. I would have mocked the shit out of you. If you call me up to tell me where do I wipe my dick, the answer is always on the curtains. It's never on yourself. God damn.
See, Edwin is right. Edwin is right. Until I tried doing like healthy shit, like COVID vaccines and seeing doctors, I was perfectly fine. You're right, Edwin.
Edwin doesn't know what the fuck he's in fucking California. Fucking visa to go visit him.
Edwin's about to vote for Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah. Edwin, who are you voting for in the governor recall? Which way are you going, Edwin?
I'll take Caitlyn over freaking Arnold.
I don't even know who all's running.
Don't care.
Mishi says this is what happens when you get a COVID shot. I don't know. David, have you gotten your COVID shot yet? You know, I mean, if you're like a fuck you, I'm not telling you. I don't understand.
I got one, and then they decided they wanted to send me to another state to drive a bus, so I didn't get the second one. So now I have to start over. I have to get the first one again.
I haven't gone and gotten mine yet. I need to go get mine.
As one doctor told me or said today, he said, "Wow, that is sure more than a coincidence that you've had your 2 shots and right after both shots had big psoriasis breakouts and ended up in the hospital." That's just more than a coincidence, he said.
You're the poster child for side effects.
Obviously, Edwin is not happy with me for asking who he was going to vote for. I don't know. Told me to fuck off.
He's voting for the chick with the dick.
Yeah, the chick with the dick.
I thought she had surgery on that.
She did.
What?
She did.
Oh, okay.
It did what? Oh my bad.
I really didn't care, but okay.
There is no penis on Caitlyn.
Did you inspect?
I did not inspect. I'm just taking its word.
Smooth like a Ken doll.
Smoother than a Ken doll. Jesus Christ. that one never got me. I mean, that's living proof though that if you're with the Kardashians, they're gonna fuck your life up. Look what they did to Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom went from being an NBA All-Star to just fucking terrible.
Yep.
Best joke I've seen was that Caitlyn Jenner is proof that none of the Kardashians want a white dick.
So we had Ray J in studio with us like 7 or 8 years ago, and we asked him about what was he thinking when he was making that video with Kim Kardashian. He's like, he literally goes, "What do you think I was thinking?" I was like, I didn't ask the question. I was just kind of sitting there, but I kind of wondered.
I know exactly what you were thinking.
Yeah, how am I going to get through this big fake ass? That's what I'd be thinking. Jesus Christ. I think she would bitch too much too. I couldn't deal with all that shit. So anyway, there's that. So how long are they keeping you in the hospital there, Gnome?
I don't know. Beat the hell out of me.
5 days, 7 days?
He does not ask questions. He's going to enjoy his sponge baths.
I would suspect no more than 3, but I have not. I mean, I just checked in and I haven't seen a doctor yet, so I'm sure I'll know more tomorrow.
Well, are you going? We determined that the person giving you sponge baths was a Louisiana Monroe graduate. That's 6'8" and weighs about 400 pounds.
Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah. No.
I was just trying to think if I knew anybody from Louisiana Monroe that was 6'8", but I don't.
This is one guy. He's got a hard on for you. Look at me. I'm going to bathe a Smurf. Come on down. So I think I'll give you some cream or something. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been putting some Crisco or something on that shit before I went to the doctor. I've been fucking be lapping it up with some Crisco.
Dude, I've been dealing with it. I've been having this since I was 17, which might cover up 1% of my body since I was 17. Then
so you've had like Gnome AIDS and 17. Got it.
Right. So those high school girls where I went to high school, man.
So you got it from some bitch that you were banging in high school? Is that what you're telling me?
None of them had curtains.
What are you talking about?
None of those girls had curtains. I had to rub it somewhere else. That's how it works. No.
Help, David. Help me, David.
You told him to rub it on the curtains. He's saying that they didn't have curtains.
Okay. Oh. I just thought you were some ugly bitches.
Anyways, but post-COVID shots and you get 70% of your body, they don't make that much fucking lotion. Okay? What the fuck are you supposed to do? Yes, they do. I know.
I'm dead serious. I'd have got me some olive oil, some castor oil, some motherfucking some damn, what the hell is that?
Fucking ointment.
Vaseline. I'd have gotten me a roller, like an old paint roller, and just started, put that shit.
I got that too.
It all over.
What?
Walk around the house with
what?
Fucking
what? I asked the nurse this earlier. What would a single person be able to do? How are you going to rub this shit all over your body if you don't have somebody to actually help you?
I don't know, put it in the tub or some shit. I don't know.
Fucking fill a bathtub up with it and swim in it?
A loofah wand.
A loofah wand? Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Anyway. So are you going to be all right though? I mean, should we put together a GoFundMe to get you some fucking
Here's the thing. I was going to give up. Before I gave up, I was going to find a third person. Maybe we just have Andre call into the show every week. So y'all are handled. But then it dawned on me that our little private Facebook group, if I die, Chucky Fuckstick gets to take over. So I'm gonna do it whatever it takes to live forever, to make sure that never happens.
Yeah, Fuckstick will never host this show. That's not fucking happening. Fuckstick can go and beat off.
Yes, I am.
No, it's not happening.
Fuckstick said he took the COVID shot and it made him smarter. No, I'm kidding. He was just more of an asshole.
Fuck me. Okay.
What other side effects have you gotten from other types of drugs in your life? Like, do you get the dizziness, dry mouth, drowsiness, headaches, suicidal thoughts?
Are you one of those guys that you take Viagra and you get an erection that lasts longer than 4 hours?
Hey, Rob, you're gonna
walks in and they're like, he's like, what are we gonna do about this? It's been that way for fucking 2 days.
Hey, Rob, you're gonna be 42 next week. You're gonna know what I'm talking about.
I don't turn 42 until the end of the month.
Oh, okay, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I turned 42 on the 31st.
Oh, the fuck Memorial Day. That's
No,
a fucking party.
30th, yeah. So, speaking of which, like my high school, right? They sent me something about they're starting to put together like one of our high school reunions or whatever. So I got like a Facebook group invite to all this, right?
You graduated in 97?
Yeah. And it's like for some reason, I don't know which fucking reunion it is, but I'm looking at all these people that I went to high school with, and it's like I look at like pictures of myself compared to my high school picture, and it's like I don't look like I'm that old. I don't really look like I'm, so I don't feel that way. But then I see some of these pictures of these other people, and they look like death. They look like somebody like dipped them in death. It's like, what the fuck happened to you? Especially some of the women. I'm like, my God. I was trying to figure out what your vagina looked like when I was in high school. Now I'm like, ugh, what the hell happened to you? So, yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I think some people age different than others, but Jesus, some of these people, wow. Have you guys had that problem with people that you went to high school with? You go back and it's like you see some of them and you're like,
I mean, the way you're talking sounds a little bit more widespread. I mean, I don't see it quite as much, maybe 25%. However, there is a ex-girlfriend of mine that I ran into about a year ago. I won't say where, but I was like, fuck. I can't believe that's my ex-girlfriend. And I'm not because it was good.
I mean, I don't like, and I'm not trying to put myself over here. I mean, we know that people come to this show for the good looks from Dave down there on the bottom. No. I mean, I'm like 1C in this motherfucking conversation. I get that. I mean, I'm the strongest motherfucker here. I know that.
When you say C, like C cup.
C cup, get the fuck out of here.
I like it. That's a good one.
You imply that I have titties? I don't have any titties. I've actually, it's funny because my coach has been working with me on that. He's got me doing all this bullshit where that like reduces all the fat around your chest. He's like, you're not going into this fucking meat with man titties, motherfucker. That's what my coach tells me. So it's like, I have no man titties anymore, which is pretty good, I guess. But but no, it's like you think back on it, it's like have you had that moment where you see somebody that you dated a long time ago, or and you're like, or you know them, and then you look at them now and you're like, oh my God, I stuck my dick in that. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yes.
So there's a bunch of girls that I really wanted to when I was much younger, and now
you see them and you're like, I'm glad I didn't.
Thank God I didn't. I might have got stuck with that.
Now I don't know about you, Rob, but I'm at a point now where I've been with the same person for over 20 years. So we're talking a long time ago.
Karen and I have been together for it's 17. We've been married 17 years in August. So it's like, I have no problem staring at the same set of vagina for fucking 17 years compared to some of the shit that's out there now.
Your wife has a set of vaginas?
Set of vaginas. That's why I married her.
Well, that's how they've been together for 17 years.
Yeah. But no, but seriously though, it's like, you see some of these nasty people that are out there now. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I still can't believe something.
There are also plenty of girls that I went to school with who are now, 42, 43 years old, and they still look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there some that just stick out?
Yeah, but I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I just, I noticed that, there's this one lady and her, I guess I shouldn't put her name out there, but it's like, she's like the coordinator for all of this. And I can remember
at the radio station.
No, for the wedding. Wedding,
yeah, high school reunion.
Yeah. And it's like, I remember she was like, everybody's like, my God, she's the most beautiful woman ever. And then it's like, now it's like, she's been divorced 3 times. Seriously. And it's like, glad I didn't do that.
You know what I'm wondering? Since we have such a huge fan base that watch this show, of all my ex-girlfriends that are watching right now that are wondering, was he talking about me? Am I the person he said he met up with a year ago that was so fucking ugly? Because they're probably watching.
I'm just worried about the guys that are going to come on and be like, hey, remember that night with the gnome? He promised us midget tossing. That wasn't true.
Damn. I need some more pretend beer.
By the way, they're supposed to have midget wrestling up here in Columbia, in I think it's the middle of June. They actually have like this all midget wrestling team, and apparently they're gonna have afterwards for $50. You can throw a midget at a dartboard. Take my money.
They tour. They came to Lake Charles at the Beau Rivage or whatever, not Beau Rivage, La Berge de Lac. A coworker of mine would see them. He was so that's all he would talk about the Monday. Bro, I went to see the midget wrestling this weekend.
Yeah. So do you? I mean, that's not a bad investment. I'll go and pay $20 to watch the midgets wrestle, and then I'll stand in line like a fucking idiot from society with my $50. I can throw a midget. I'll be like, I want the one that looks like the gnome in my show. You look like you get your ass over here.
For many years, I grew up right down or had a house near a racetrack, a horse track right here. People used to tell me all the time, man, you should be a jockey. No one has ever stopped me and said you should be a midget wrestler.
So if Clemson plays LSU down there in some year, I don't know,
2025.
20.
If I come
2022.
Is it that soon?
Is it that soon?
I thought so, but anyways.
I could be wrong. Whatever the fuck. I may come down there for that if I Moose wants me to stay at his house, and I ain't telling Moose no because Moose may fucking kill me.
We'll all go stay at Moose's house in Denham.
Yeah, but can if we go to tailgate, can we set up a dartboard and throw you at it, Jonathan? That would be awesome.
On CSF Live.
We'll all be drunk and I'll be trying to throw and miss, and either you'll fall way short or I'll throw you over the dartboard.
I seriously doubt it's the dumbest thing I've ever done, and I'll probably do something dumber before then. So yeah,
we'll have to get you a Velcro suit. We'll get you a full Velcro suit. I'm serious. I'm not joking. Do you realize want the YouTube channel to take off,
We got to go live.
if we have legitimate midget tossing on our YouTube channel, god damn, that would be the best fucking thing ever.
I mean,
Well,
David
well-
and David and Moose can come meet me here in Lafayette. I mean, any weekend.
in the interest of show research, I'm gonna go in June to the midget wrestling, and then I'm gonna pay the $50 so I can toss a midget. So I can see exactly how this shit works. That way, we'll have somebody ground on the scene so we can. I'm gonna see if they'll let me shoot it, and I'll broadcast it live. Me tossing a midget. I don't know why I want to do that. That's just stupid as fuck. Let's just throw a midget.
Now, if any of the
Make
local
sure
people,
that when you attempt this, Rob, that you're doing you're getting the shot put rotation, and that you're holding arm and leg full extension.
Fuck. I need to get Coach here to coach me up on this shit. Coach, Edwin, Edwin, please call the show.
It's all in the hips.
That's what I'm saying. We need Edwin to help me out with this. Edwin, call the show. I'm dead serious.
David
Call
and
right
Moose, if y'all want to do this, we can do it. However, we got to do it this year. I've met my deductible for the year, so
Baton Rouge in 2026. So we got
whatever happens to me, it's free. So
look at this motherfucker. Look, we're not trying to hurt you on purpose. It's not like I mean I want you.
I didn't say y'all were trying, but I mean it sounds.
Look, I won't drink the day of the I won't drink the day that we do this. So
I'm drinking.
I won't drink. Well, if I'm the one throwing,
I'm gonna try too.
I'll be drinking.
You're just gonna wait to see if I'm actually gonna be. So how and
if this is going down, I gotta give it a shot.
David, I'll tell you how this is
myself a legitimate athlete if I don't attempt to toss a midget.
I'm saying.
David, I'll tell you how this is gonna go. By 2026, Dabo's gonna be coaching in Alabama. They're not even gonna have a team, and Rob's not gonna be a fan, so he's not even coming to Louisiana.
Let's slow that shit down. Rob will be regardless. Let's. I'm not fucking losing my shit. Let's go out to the phones. Look at Edwin.
Saved by Edwin.
He doesn't want people knowing his phone number. Welcome to the show. Good evening. Hello.
Hey.
Edwin.
Yeah.
Look. First of all, I like how you make it where we can't have your phone number on the caller ID. He's like, I don't want these dumb fucks calling me. Fuck them. Also, you've coached track before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I need a good training program to help me throw this midget. So I don't like David's got a good point. Like if we're going with the shot put thing here, I was thinking I was gonna grab him by his collar and like his belt buckle, and I was just gonna get a running start and throw him like a dart. But that's probably not the best method.
You're gonna kill your lower back.
Okay. Well, there's gotta be a better way.
Yeah. All right. If you're gonna practice for that, get a medicine ball, heavy medicine ball.
Heavy medicine ball.
All right. And you're gonna have to. I mean, it's everything comes from the legs. All right.
Okay.
So it is just like throwing a shot put. All right. So you would actually want to throw it like that, but you can practice it by using a medicine ball and throwing that, or putting that, not necessarily throwing.
All right. So, well, like I'm doing my whole deadlift competitions. I've got the strong legs. I did my deadlift today and I hit 562. I mean, I've got the strong legs. I just don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I don't want to put it where I have to throw him up high. I want it to be. I want to get him there, but I don't want to throw him over the board either. That's not going to work.
So, you don't necessarily have to throw a shot put high either. All right. I mean, it's all about coming from the ground up. I mean, your legs, but you don't want to
put the stress on your lower back, so it's all coming up through, and it's like getting that back hip through and pushing, to push the ball.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So,
Easier
I
to
got
show.
So I got to get down. So the thing is, I got to get low, and then
Right.
explode up. Is what it's basically
That's
coming
exactly
down to.
right. And you're going to be moving forward, to where it is you're trying to put the midget.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're going to dress him up in a Velcro suit. So I think we're going to get like a I don't know. We got to figure that out too. So I think we're just going to put him in like a wrestling singlet and then just staple Velcro to it. And then just throw him from there. I think
We
it'll
could
work out.
reuse your singlet.
Yeah, my singlet, it's not going to work. My singlet will be too big for him. But we can get him his own. I'll pay for all that. I'll pay for the singlet and the Velcro since he's going to let us toss him. I know you coach tracks. I figured you could help us with that, Edwin.
Yeah. And I can tell you right now, we're training, for shot put. I mean, we used medicine balls, in that, because especially inside, when we were indoors, that was a much better training tool than an indoor shot was.
All right. So I gotta get a medicine ball, and I gotta get really low and explode from the ground up. All right,
Exactly. And you're gonna rotate, just like you've seen someone throw, shot putting. Okay. So you will get the rotation going from the ground up, push through, and like I said, the medicine ball is a good training tool to use.
All right, so I got to work on the medicine ball, and we got to get a singlet with some Velcro attached to it, and then we got to figure out the board portion of it too. So we don't want anything that's really hard, because if he hits it hard, then it's going to hurt. We don't need that. We're not trying to hurt him. We just want him to. He has to stick to it. That's the big thing. That's gonna be. That's why I got to go to this.
You're gonna have to have some heavy duty Velcro.
Well, I've got to figure out that's why I'm going to the midget crossing in June for show research.
There you go.
We'll go for show research and figure out what they do, and then we're gonna have to mimic that.
You should get you a bandweight.
Well, by the way, so you can have some live response here. Chunky Fuckstick says you sound so California, and you've lost your Cajun accent. Your thoughts on that, sir?
Well, my thoughts on that are Chucky needs to get his mouth off Saban's dick.
Good point, sir. Good point. You know what? I'd throw Chucky Fuckstick too. He looks like he's got damn fucking hippie AIDS. He does. I bet I could throw his ass farther.
But if you do, don't break his tooth.
Don't break his tooth. Well, all right. So Edwin's agreed to be my coach, and so I can do this midget tossing on in 2026 when Clemson comes to Baton Rouge.
And Edwin will be he'll be a Louisiana. Well, he'll be close to a Louisiana resident by then. One state over.
I'll definitely be there for that.
If I come down there in 2026,
oh, we're getting together.
Yeah, your ass better show up and fuck. If you're in Texas and you don't come over there, I might throw your ass when I do see you.
I'll be there. You got to worry about that.
All right, bro.
David,
hey, man,
David, I think by that time we'll have made like $6.
All right.
See you later. All right, there you go. Edwin,
And our current rate of pay, yes.
The technical breakdown of a midget toss. Thank you for that.
That's why they call him coach.
He coach us up on anything. I think Edwin could teach us how to bury a body effectively without people finding out.
I don't need instruction for that.
Yeah, according to David, that's why I keep him around.
Anyway,
so I was making fun of Jonathan today, and he didn't appreciate some of my rhetoric. And I was like, but look, on the bright side, I'll definitely help you hide a body.
Are you kidding me? You were upset, Jonathan? Was your vagina swollen from what he said to you?
My vagina was swollen.
Of course
It
was.
it had been pounded too hard.
His exact quote was, "Wow, kick a motherfucker when he's down, huh?"
Did you really say that? I must have missed that because I would have mocked you to the end of time.
Well, no,
That would have been
David's the one that said, "Wow, I mean, all this just so you don't have to talk sports with your buddies."
Yeah. I said, you have an infection? Is that what it's called when you don't want to talk sports with your buddies? I don't have those. But I have allergies.
Exactly.
I'm allergic to fuck stick, but I don't want to get infections.
all right. Well, in 2026, I'm going to bring my ass down there, and
So in 2025, is that when LSU plays at Clemson?
yes.
So that's when I'm bringing my ass up there.
Well, you could come up here, but I don't like. Here's the thing. I have to cover the Gamecocks. I do pre and post game for the Gamecocks. So me getting off one show every other year is possible, but not two. If it falls that LSU plays on a bye week, then yeah, I'll be up at Death Valley. But if not, this whole family thing is fucking with me. Who is calling the show now? Let's see who this is. Good evening. Welcome into the show. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Who's this?
This is Fuckstick.
Hey, Fuxton, how are you?
I'm doing good. I was
Hey,
just saying
Fuxton, I have a question for you, sir. A real valid question. Can you help me out with something?
Yes, sir.
Does this sound like a phone hanging
Yes,
up?
sir.
Anyway, I'm coming there in 2026, and that should be fun. But then in 2025, if it works out on the bye week, then I'll be up there for that game. So this whole family thing is just fucking with my football stuff. But in 2026, let's see.
Right.
In 2026, Jaden will be 21. Paula will be 17. Scarlett will be 14. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You guys are, I've got friends that will take care of you up there because they're going to be the same friends that are going to be like, hey, can we come hang out with you down there? My buddy Positive Mike will, his tailgate is outstanding. He's got like a, this isn't a joke. He's got like a fire truck that they've Clemsoned up. It's really cool.
So
I didn't hang up on you. I didn't hang up on you. You hung up on yourself, fuckstick. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're gonna set me up with a tailgate in South Carolina, I expect there to be South Carolina barbecue.
Oh, they'll have the food that's at this stuff will be, it's stupid. Everything from shrimp and grits to fucking all kind of stuff, man. All right, let's see who this is. Okay, here we go. Good evening. Welcome to CSF Late Nights. Hello.
Hello, Rob. It's Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. How are you?
Sydney?
I'm good.
What?
How are you?
Sydney, can you believe this? Like, Fuckstick thinks that I hung up on him. Can you believe that? I wouldn't do that, would I?
I would do it.
I know, but
why wouldn't you?
I wouldn't do that, though. I wouldn't do that, though. Come on now.
Yes, you would, and you damn well know it. So it's a fact,
He's hung up on me before.
Sydney, you're not helping the bit.
Sid, he hung up on me.
I'm just checking on y'all.
All right, what you got for the show? I'm going to get some drink. I'll be right back.
What do I what?
I said, what have you got for the show?
Shit if I know. I'm just calling to find out how Jonathan's feeling.
Well, today I became a professional broadcaster, so I feel awesome. It's the best day of my life.
He became a professional broadcaster, and then his skin broke out into leprosy.
My skin was partying too hard.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said before earlier, when the camera cut out, I saw the nurse walk in your room, so it was probably sponge bath time, I would say. But that's just me.
and that's how I'm able to make it through the rest of the show.
Well, so we are R-rated on this show, but we aren't X-rated. So she came in to stick the finger up the hoo-ha, and he can't show that live. So turn off the camera.
You can't show that, and you can't show Alabama Hot Pockets.
Y'all, when I was in the hospital in November and on those pain meds, you could press that little pump every 7 minutes. And trust me, I would. Every 7 minutes, I'd press that little bastard. My eyes would roll back in my head. I'd forget my name for a few minutes, and then I'd be back to myself. So, but Jonathan, you have to stay out of the hospital because you're stealing my thunder. That's my gig. It's a hospital.
You stole her bit. By the way, he's going over the top. I've heard that this gnome AIDS that he has eaten half of his butt. He has like half a butt now. That's what I've heard. I don't know for sure.
Well, the thing is,
I'm trying to get a visual image of this right now. Give me a minute.
Just picture Jonathan with half of an ass because the gnome AIDS ate the other half.
Well, you see, Sid, we have 4 major hospitals in Lafayette. And since I've met my deductible, I figure I want to check out the other 2. I've already done 2, and I would like to see what the other 2 look like. From the consumer side, I've been in as a visitor, but never as a consumer. So that's my goal, but I have to do it this year.
Well, I can tell you from experience, the hospitals in Baton Rouge, as big as they are, they're stupid. I mean, last time I went in the emergency room with the pain, they ran tests and the doctor said, well, your gallstones are infected. I said, really? And he goes, well, yeah, I said, are you sure? He goes, well, I'm the damn doctor. I'm pretty positive. And my brother was with me at that moment. I had to put my hand over his mouth because I knew he was fixing to go to jail, but that didn't work. He's like, dude, unless she can grow another gallbladder, you're fucking wrong because her gallbladder was removed 9 years ago. So I found the best care in Thibodaux, Louisiana, believe it or not. So, and those doctors seem to be on the right path, getting me straight. Biggest problem I have is I can't gain any weight right now, and I know a lot of people wish they had that problem, but not this way. It's just not the way you want to go about it.
Cindy, can we ask you a question, please? We've determined that I'm going to come to Baton Rouge in 2026 when Clemson plays LSU, and we've decided that we're going to throw Jonathan as a midget in a midget toss. Do you think that'll go over with the crowd? Because I've already got a coach. Edwin's going to coach me up, and I think if I get 3 tosses, I'm going to get at least 1 bullseye.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you would get the gymnastics team involved in it, and they can give you a little extra thing to throw him higher. Yeah, I think that's doable.
I think it'll be good. Well, it's just going to be me and David throwing him, but I think that'll work out well.
Now, I have to add to this. I know you're getting your ideas and all this from midget wrestling, but if we're going to do this, we got to stick with the theme of the song, and you guys have to throw the gnome.
Okay.
I'm not a midget.
Okay.
Throw the gnome, fine.
Gnome toss.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
The gnome toss.
The gnome toss? Okay.
But you have to wear the cap.
Fine.
Yeah. So Sydney, will you show up for the gnome toss, ma'am?
Hell yes, I will. I'll dress appropriately for it too.
That means you can't be in the hospital that week.
She's gonna dress up like she's from medieval times.
We gotta make sure that we could schedule it where neither one of you two are in the hospital.
Right.
For God's sake, I know. Jonathan, really, dude, get the hell out the hospital. That's my big.
Not only did he steal your bit, he also broadcasted live with it. He won up to your ass.
Now, see, that wouldn't have been a good idea for me when I was in the hospital on the pain meds because I was kind of out of it. I was told that I sang the entire theme song to Gilligan's Island, and the first thing out my mouth was, well, what the fuck? Did I get the words right? And they're like, every word, you got it right. Well, then what's your problem? There
I-
you
look,
go.
I'm thinking
Look,
about
Sid.
getting drunk enough in Baton Rouge. I'll sing the Love Boat theme. I could probably do that.
All right. There you go. I'm
Sid.
counting on that. But yeah, we can do the call from there. Yes.
That'd be some
Sid,
fun
don't
shit.
feel bad about it. I mean, I'm a professional broadcaster. I get paid to do this kind of stuff. So you don't. So, I can do this from a hospital.
But I got paid to wrestle bad people to the ground for a living, and I still know how to do that. I haven't been able to do it in a while, so
Well, you could
still
throw Gnome.
good. Yeah,
God,
Yeah,
we're gonna
pretty much.
have people lined up to throw the gnome. We should make a benefit out of it for the Louisiana Children's Hospital. You throw the gnome, it's $25 donation to the Children's Hospital. We'll raise thousands.
I think I'm gonna have to bring my twin brother to this one.
Oh
Is your twin
God.
brother shorter
Okay.
than you are? Because that would be so much better.
He's like an inch taller.
Al Lorman.
Yeah, Al Lorman. He's cousins with Al McCarron.
He's cousins with.
My night is made to y'all hang up on stuff. I'm just so happy.
I didn't hang up on him. He was talking, and then all of a sudden his phone dropped. They don't have good phone service in Alabama. I mean,
it was operator error, network difficulties. That's what you say. Network.
That's exactly what it was.
He was in between range of McDonald's and Burger King.
Isn't LSU playing Alabama at the box this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, and y'all know the interesting dynamic with the Alabama scenario in my life is my son-in-law is an alumni of Alabama. My daughter's an alumni of LSU. So can I tell you that, they've been married for a while. They've got enough children. They were trying for more, but starting the year when we beat Bama in 2019, she just looked at me and said, "It ain't happening anytime soon, Mama." I'm like, okay, enough. And my little grandson, who's not quite 3 years old, this past weekend looked at me out of the clear blue. He goes, "Roll Tide," and I'm like, all right. His twin sister, same age, looks at him and goes, "Grayson," and he looked at her and said, "What?" She said, "Eat shit and die." This is the speed that my daughter is passing along. So that's the they kind of like stay with the children they have and not make more. So what can I say?
Sid, you got this going for you. At least your daughter married this asshole.
Yeah.
Edwin Reeves actually had a bam turret come out of his loins.
Oh.
Yeah, Edwin knows what I'm talking about. We all know this Storm Reeves.
Wait, hold on. Edwin's son is an Alabama fan?
Yes, his name is Storm Reeves. He is on CSF.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look it up.
Oh,
that happened.
Oh, coach. Okay, now he's got to defend this. Did not know that. Yes,
that's Chucky's best friend.
Yeah,
your daughter probably pegs him. I bet that's happened. Alabama fans like.
Well, I to be honest with you, I pray for him all the time because she is truly fruit of my loins, and the girl is 6 feet tall and a flaming redhead, and I just look at him and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. It's your turn now. I did my time in hell. I raised her. She's your job now. So,
Edwin says adopted asshole. So apparently, so Storm is adopted.
Oh
my God.
Nice. Nice.
God.
Jonathan, please get the hell out of the hospital. If we're going to be counting days, I can tell you in 2020, I logged a total of 52 days in a hospital. So far this year, in 2021, I'm up to 9. So let's not don't threaten my streak, okay?
Football season's coming, honey. All right, so
I know.
You need to get well.
I'm doing my best.
You
but
absolutely do
y'all
that.
take care. And if Suckstick happens to call back in more network error, and just drop the call.
I don't think he's going to call back in. I mean, they cut the Wi-Fi off at the McDonald's at a certain time. So Thank you, dear. Appreciate you calling the show. All right. You have a good evening, ma'am.
Probably so.
All right. Thank you
You
so
too.
much.
Good night, y'all. Jonathan, get well soon, okay?
All right.
I can't be nice.
Jonathan's got. I wonder if he's got us muted up there. I wonder if I
Way
hope
more
not.
fun when we're not muted.
Hey, guess what, nurse? We're gonna throw him like he's a gnome, and yeah, we don't want to embarrass you, but thank you for taking care of him because nurses are important. If he gives you any grief, just tussle his little hairdo, tussle him on the head, and he can't do anything about it. What's he gonna do? Jump and try to hit you? Is that the nurse still there? Why'd you he cut his mic again? Why are you cutting your mic? What's wrong with you? He's like cutting his mic on and off. Is he messaging me? I don't know. He cut his mic on, then cut his mic off. I don't know what that means. I don't know if the nurse is there or not. Rescued from a pack of wolves, dropped on his head regularly as a child. Thank you for that, Edwin. Yeah, take care of the gnome. We should get some stripper to dress like a nurse and go up there.
Oh.
Yeah, but make it one of those great strippers where it's like he thinks it's a girl, but it's not. That would be great. Anyway, all right. Final call for calls this evening here on CSF Late Nights is I think we've upset Jonathan. He won't come back on the show now. All this talk about midget tossing, he's not happy. You're gonna try to toss, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't not.
Okay, we'll have to see. See how that works. I'm dead serious. I'm going to this midget wrestling. It's in the middle of June. And I'm going to pay the $50 to do the midget tossing afterwards. I got to see the apparatus that they have. We'll film all of it. And I'll put it all on the CSF Late Nights channel so everybody can see it. See me throwing a midget. See how that works. I wonder how much Jonathan weighs. That's interesting too, because midgets, I think they top out at like $125. Would be my guess.
He's heavier than that.
By the way, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but that's my cat, Harambe. Harambe is in heat. We're taking Harambe to get fixed. Like we want to take her to get, like she's still a kitten. We want to take her to get fixed earlier, but with COVID, there's only so many spots that are open. So let's answer the phone here. Good evening. Welcome to CSF Late Nights. Hello.
Rob.
Yes, hello.
Fuckstick here.
Hi, Fuckstick.
I just want to apologize to you. It was my phone, and I apologize.
Oh, it was your phone. Are you sure? It was your phone? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was my phone. I apologize to the group, to everybody. It was my phone. My phone fucked up. So I want to
hold on. I've got my Fuckstick welcome music. Here you go. Hold on.
Okay.
And then
you fucking redneck cousin fucking chicken fucking hillbilly goddamn East Tennessee outlaw mud show piece of shit.
Okay, now you can talk, Fuckstick. What do you got for the show?
All right, Rob. Since this weekend is, and I just want, this is a baseball week. This is a baseball question. This weekend is the LSU and Alabama baseball match, I guess. The 3-game. So I just want your opinions without David and well, the gnome that's dying over there. What's your opinion on this weekend with Alabama and LSU in the baseball? What is your opinion?
I'm sorry. I can't have you bashing someone that's in the hospital. We can't have that, sir. My opinion is that LSU is going to sweep Alabama because Alabama sucks horsecock. So there you go. You're not going to rip one of our co-hosts when he's up there with an IV in his arm doing the show. We're not going to have that. What kind of radio program we have if I could just let you just rip people that are literally have like this flesh-eating disease that's killing them where they're putting them in the hospital, and you're going to run your dick sucker about them. And Edwin Reese is right. A baseball match. Exactly. It's a baseball series, sir. I know you're new to this. It's a baseball series. That's how things work.
LSU wins. LSU wins 40-love.
I've got LSU by a touchdown and a field goal in the first game. I think they win by a couple of goals in the second game, and then in the third game, maybe they'll have a couple of 300 games and they can take everything out. I don't know. We'll see.
Somebody's gonna hit a slam dunk to finish the series off.
Yeah. God damn it.
I have LSU going 2 out of 3.
LSU needs that though, because they're on the outside looking in right now. Not to me. I don't want LSU fans mad at me. I'm saying what D1 baseball says right now. If the tournament started today, you would be one of the first 5 out.
Yep.
So
LSU has to win 2 out of 3 this weekend and next weekend to even have a chance.
Who do you play next weekend?
A&M. We can do it. We can beat them both.
I think that A&M's not that great.
They're not. I think A&M's in last place.
They're not right off the top awesome. And Alabama's not that great either.
No, Alabama's 28-17 and LSU's 30-18. But in conference, Alabama's got a better conference record than LSU right now.
Yeah, but Alabama feasted on some of those teams from the East. I think they beat up on Mizzou, who's terrible.
We definitely have the tougher schedule. Our RPI is way higher.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out. Clemson plays Florida State this weekend after they beat South Carolina the other night. And South Carolina will play Kentucky this weekend on the road at Kentucky.
Carolina should get that one.
The Gamecocks have lost their last 3 SEC series. They've been pretty shitty.
Really?
Yeah, they've lost their last 3. And Jackpot from my other show had a perfect point. He goes, they were 3 outs away from being swept by the state of Mississippi. And he's right. But they needed a late run comeback to win that game against Mississippi State. But
State and Ole Miss are both really good this year. So there's not a whole lot of shame in that. Those are, if I'm not mistaken, those are both top 10 teams.
Well, Mississippi State's 4, Ole Miss is number 11, but still, you don't want to get swept by the state of Mississippi. Half the people there can't spell Mississippi.
No, they can't.
You don't want all of that.
I don't believe LSU did very well against Mississippi. I have to go back and
we joke about fucking with Alabama, but like Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans, they're pretty much shitheads too. Serious.
Start Vegas.
I had somebody get pissy the other day because we were talking about our Mount Rushmore of South Carolina and Clemson players on the Rob and Kale show. And I put Dawn Staley as one of the all-time great Gamecocks because she won a national title. Her teams are always outstanding. All of her kids graduate. She's got 2 WNBA number like top 10 draft picks. So when you look at that and compare it to some of the other people from South Carolina, I think she should be on the list, right? Like these 2 Mississippi State fans were giving me shit in the chat room. They're like, basketball doesn't make any money, so women's basketball shouldn't count. And they're pissing on what Dawn Staley has done. And I'm like, really? So I looked it up. Mississippi State's baseball program hasn't been in the black, meaning making money, for the past 9 seasons. Okay. Dawn Staley's program has for the past 3. So anyway.
Because people pay attention to the product.
Yeah. I think it's just funny because like they just want to shit on women's hoops because, you know, they can shit on women's hoops.
But I guarantee you, if they had a women's basketball team that was worth a fuck, they'd pay attention.
Well, and that's the thing. Like with South Carolina, they're really good. I mean, they're really good. So
I mean, back when LSU had Sue, Gunter, and Pokey Chapman, LSU fans paid attention to the women's basketball program because they
who's the woman you got now from Baylor and is her name Kim
Mulkey?
Mulkey, yeah. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
She's legit.
Yeah, she'll get some good players.
Oh yeah.
So they'll be fine down at LSU in a while. Those matchups with her and South Carolina that are coming, those are going to be. Gamecock fans are like, they're already like, because like the ones that really follow them down here, they'll tell you, oh shit, we finally got somebody else in conference that's going to be really good.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mulkey's gonna pull some talent, and she can coach.
Edwin says LSU was 3-3 versus the state of Mississippi this year.
Oh, that's not bad. So we beat one of them.
Yeah, but won one series. All right. So Gnome, are you coming back to the show or not? Or are you done?
Are you finished or you done?
Yeah. Are you gonna come tell everybody goodbye or not? Jesus, my poor cat, man. She wants to get out and go whoring so bad. It's like, we don't want any more kittens. Fuck off. She just won't shut up. Literally, it's all night.
There must be some tomcat right outside the window.
Probably so. Evan says you're 1 against Old Piss. All right, we're going to wait about 5 minutes here and get to the Gnome, see if he's going to come back or not, because now I'm worried about him. He may be up there with that freaking ass-eating disease might have gotten to his face.
I thought that already happened.
Yeah, poor guy. Anyway.
He hears us talking shit about him, too.
You hear us talking crap about him? I don't mean I hope his nurse isn't there thinking, what are these fucking idiots doing? Who are these morons? This is just a typical Wednesday night, dear. That's what we do. We just goof off and run our mouths. What all have we learned from tonight's show? We've learned the physics of throwing a gnome. We've learned that. We've learned that Rob doesn't like Tim Tebow or Colin Kaepernick. What else did we learn, David?
We learned that Chucky loves to blame others for his problems until it is apparent that it is in fact his fault.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He will only accept responsibility once everyone has pointed out the flaws in his pathetic excuses.
Good point. I think, what are some of the top things we've learned from CSF Late Nights overall? We've learned that Chucky is stupid.
Yes, I am.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. We've learned that Mishi has scars on her boobs from Alabama, from falling in Talladega, which I don't know how the hell that happened. She explained it to us one night on the show where apparently like her boobs fell out or something and she fell and she has scars on her titties now. I don't know. She had bleeding titties from Talladega. She talked about that on the show. You don't remember that?
I don't.
That was like one of the other. She was coming out of a trailer or something, and she tripped and fell, and her boobs hit the gravel, and she ended up having cuts on her boobs. So she has scars on her titties from Talladega.
Gravel scars.
Gravel scars. Imagine that.
Talladega titties.
Talladega titties. That's what happens. What you told us. Don't OMGS. You told us that. I'd be fuck. That's what we learned from the show. All right. So next week we'll be back at it. We'll talk about. Next week we'll know a little bit more about the college baseball stuff.
1 week away from setting the field at 64.
What? I thought they were supposed to do it like this week.
Well, no, I'm sorry. So you're gonna this weekend and next weekend, and then you'll have the conference tournaments, and then they'll set the field at 64.
Yeah, I mean, but we should know the regional sites. They're doing that earlier. Oh, okay. She says, no, I was drugged and fell down steps, and I only had a bathing suit and overalls on. Okay, well, either way, your titties were hanging out. You fell, and you got scars on them now. I mean, I didn't have the details, but I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Fuckstick guaranteed a sweep. You did?
Fuckstick guarantees all kinds of things that never come to fruition.
I didn't hear that. Maybe I'm off on that. All right. Well, since the Gnome is not responding to us, I think we've had a good show. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week right here on CSF